to take on the Washington Commanders, and the Titans are hoping to get to 3-2 before the bye week. Right now, we take a look at the Heisman race as college football finishes another exciting Saturday slate of games with Heisman Watch. C.J. Stroud completed 21 of 26 pass attempts for 361 yards and 6 touchdowns in Ohio State's 49-20 win over Michigan State. Bryce Young completed 7 of 13 passes for 173 yards in Alabama's win over Arkansas. He had 2 touchdowns and 1 interception in that matchup. And Caleb Williams completed 15 of 29 attempts for 188 yards and 2 touchdowns. They got the win over Washington State. He also had 9 rushes for 34 yards in that contest. Heisman Watch presented by Nissan, home of the Heisman House and home of the Tennessee Titans, Nissan Stadium. Nissan is the official auto partner of the Tennessee Titans. Now, last Sunday in Indianapolis, a pass breakup led to an interception by a man who's in year 3 with the Titans and changed his diet a bit and continues to put in the work. Rhett Bryan catches up right now with defensive lineman Tier Tart on Titans Countdown.
Bryan takes the snap, straight drop under pressure, ball batted up in the air. It's caught! Tier Tart on his back, just intercepted the pass! Wow! Look what I found, Ma!
To those PBUs, first of all, you guys practice that all the time, matching hands with a quarterback. It obviously paid off. You were there. You got the interception. Outside of your teammates giving you trouble and the business about it, what's it been like? I mean, have just people blowing you up on your phone?
I had a couple people blaming me, but KB gave me the most work.
Kevin Byard.
Yeah, he gave me the most work over there talking about, because you saw breakdancing on my head, bro. Yeah, he said I did it for Lord Saint, so I mean, it's definitely been a fun experience to give everybody something to laugh about.
You go through 4 JUCOs before you go to Florida International, before you become a Tennessee Titan. That has to test a person's patience, fortitude, all of that. I think that's where you get your play style from, is the trials and tribulations you've been through.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has a lot to do where I come from. Even in my city, it's full of resilient people. You know, Philly, we known for being getting it out the mud, but I think that's definitely something that I developed throughout the course of all the JUCOs, just having resilience, going through everything I went through.
After your first stop, you had to leave football for a bit because your brother had a tragic motorcycle accident, and that took you away from football. But football's always got you steered back in. You love this game, don't you?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I kept playing it because, I have a passion for it, and I enjoy being out here, and I enjoy building relationships with the people.
And you're the second youngest of 11 children, I think. So, I mean, you had survival from day one.
Yeah, facts. It's a lot of older siblings, so you definitely got to be scrappy being the second youngest.
What do you attribute your rise in this front 7 and you consistently being in there and doing good things? Obviously, you put in work, but what do you credit it?
I mean, I definitely credit it to my teammates and the coaching staff. Obviously, it takes 11 people out there on the field on the defensive side of the ball, so everybody has to play their part. I mean, Jeff is a huge part. I wouldn't even get a PBU if it wasn't for him getting in the pocket. Marco got back there and definitely he got it back there, definitely added pressure from the edge on multiple plays. So it's definitely credit to the defense. We need the DBs to cover, we need the linebackers to come downhill, the linebackers to cover, and we need the D-lines to go out there and stop the run and affect the quarterback.
So what's next? It's got to be a quarterback sack, right?
I mean, whatever God blesses me with, but we're going to continue working and continue to find a way to affect the game.
Your last check-in on the Titans before they take the field. It's Titans Countdown, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plan.
John Robinson, sure is good to get linebacker Monty Rice back on the roster and active. What do you hope he adds to your defense?
Yeah, it's great to have Monty back. He's been working hard. I thought he had was off to a good start last year in his rookie campaign, and unfortunately got dinged. Provide depth for us. I mean, he's been running around great this week at practice. You can see his speed. You can see his intensity. Help us out on defense. Help us out on special teams.
He is a hitter.
He does. I mean, that's the one thing that you noticed on the Georgia tape, and we saw it, as evidence last year in the way he played. Instinctive, just kind of finds the football, and he's a run and hit linebacker.
You add Sam Okawanu to the active roster this week, and he's an interesting player out of Maryland, undrafted free agent, listed at 6'1", 268. I'd ask you back in training camp, where does he play? How do you fit him in? All he did in training camp was make plays. How do you see him helping this roster?
Yeah, he'll factor up front for us. He'll play a little bit on the outside, maybe play some inside. Shane and Braves have got a plan for him. Coach Crow been working with him at outside linebacker. Coach Williams been working with him on the interior of the D-line, on the sub stuff. He's extremely excited. You alluded to it, made a lot of plays for us in training camp. He's improved throughout the course of the early season here. Really worked hard. He's been the practice player of the week a couple of times with his effort, and he's super excited to go out there today.
A lot of talk about Tier Tart and the play he made last week with the interception, but that really maybe overshadows just what a good job he's been doing overall.
He's big, he's long, he's powerful. He's done a much better job, to start the season here, playing behind his pads, playing square, getting knocked back on the interior of the front there, and showed some pass rush. He's done a great job getting his hands up, if he's in there to knock the ball down, or in, the case versus Indy, tip it up to himself, made a heck of a play. I'm really proud of the progress that he's made.
How pleased are you overall with the play of your defensive line so far?
Yeah, I think those guys have certainly factored, and they've helped us win football games, whether it's Danico on the pass rush, Mario Edwards factored a couple times last week. He just got here, 3 or 4 or 5 days ago, whatever it was. Obviously, Jeffrey Simmons commands a lot of attention in there. Tier Tart, all of those guys working together. I think we've improved on our pass rush games, cleaning some of that stuff up, helping one guy out to free up another player to come in there and factor.
How big a lift is it for this offense that Kyle Phillips is going to be back today?
Good. Yeah, it's he's really worked hard. Unfortunately, we missed him the last couple weeks. Played a little bit versus Indy, not much, but was really good in training camp. Was off to a fast start. Everybody knows what Kyle can do, but his ability to get open, catch, the trust that he has with the quarterback in there on those critical situations to come away with the football will be big for us.
Staying with the rookies, how big a confidence builder was last week for Chigakonkwo?
Oh, huge. Yeah, huge. We saw in practice throughout the course of the week he made plays. He just continues to stack days and get better. It's not an overnight success when these young players come into the league. They have to learn the tempo, and it's a new offense. And Chig's put a lot of time in. He's worked on special teams. Because of the roster sizes, they're different than they are in college. A lot of these guys haven't played on special teams, so he's done a nice job of balancing that. What we've asked of him in the kicking game, along with improving his offensive play. I thought he blocked really well in the Indy game. We'll need that again today. And his ability to get open, catch, and do things with the ball in his hands has been good for us.
Welcome back to Titans Countdown, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans from our nation's capital, where the Titans take on the Commanders. Kickoff is in just a few minutes. Alongside Rhett Bryan, I'm Amy Wells. Time to take a look at the AFC South notebook. In Houston, the Texans parted ways with veteran tight end Pharaoh Brown. Head coach Lovie Smith says that they were unable to effectively evaluate Brown and that the split is good for both parties. Brown is now with the Cleveland Browns.
And in Indianapolis, the Colts beat the Denver Broncos 12-9 in overtime on Thursday Night Football. Colts owner Jim Irsay said after the game, there is no such thing as an ugly win. The Colts are now 2-1 on the season.
And in Jacksonville, head coach Doug Peterson believes the poor performance of Trevor Lawrence in Week 4 was not indicative of a step backward for the second-year quarterback, but instead just an instance of a guy having a bad day. Lawrence had 5 turnovers in the Jags' 29-21 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. That's your AFC South notebook for Week 5 as we shift to the BetMGM player to bet on with our Titans radio colleague Ramon Foster.
Derrick Henry. For a few reasons. 1, when Derrick goes, the entire team goes. 2, Derrick has been a guy as of late to really control the tempo of this game offensively. 3, having Derrick in the second half be efficient is something that this Titans team is looking for. I think it all goes through 22 this week. That's why he's my BetMGM player to watch this week.
Get the BetMGM app today. Bet parlays, props, and futures and turn game day into payday. Now you're winning with the king of sportsbooks. Please bet responsibly. Up next on Titans Countdown, our Titans insiders Jim Wyatt and Buck Rising talk Titans topics with Rhett Bryan, before we kick off here at FedEx Field.
Priceless Moments in Titans History, presented by Priceless Food. October 30, 2000, game number 35 in Titans history on Monday Night Football at FedEx Field. Washington has the ball on the last play of the first half, and enter Samari Rolle.
Firing down the middle of the field, ball intercepted. Samari Rolle. 20,
Go,
25,
baby.
30, 35, cuts back to the middle of the field, 40, 45, 50.
He's got a
45, 40, 35, 30. Time has run out on the first half. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Can he get in? Touchdown,
Yes.
Titans!
Yes.
Samari Rolle!
Can he get in?
At the end of the third, Washington's able to cut into the lead thanks to a 1-yard run by Stephen Davis. It takes the Titans no time to respond, though. The Titans go on a drive, and Steve McNair finds Frank Wycheck with the spike heard around the world.
Fires downfield, ball caught. Wycheck, 10, 5, driving for the goal line. End zone, touchdown, Titans!
The Titans lead Washington with a win, 27-21. Priceless Moments in Titans history, presented by Priceless Food. Cost plus simple saving. More of Titans Countdown, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans from inside FedEx Field as we bring in our Titans insiders. Jim Wyatt of TennesseeTitans.com, Buck Rising of his own show's namesake on 104.5 The Zone in Nashville, our flagship station. Jim, let's start with the injured Traylon Burks. He'll not go today. He's on IR. The onus is on Robert Woods, Nick Westbrook-Akine, and the others to help pick up the slack there.
Yeah, and certainly I think they can get some other guys involved as well. Kyle Phillips is somebody I'm keeping an eye on. He's just struggled with trying to come back from that shoulder. I thought he had a really good week of practice. He's off the injury report. I think he could emerge, but I think it's a positive that Robert Woods has been a lot more involved here of late. I think some of that is out of necessity. Some of it is I think he's at a good spot with Ryan Tannehill.
Buck, it's a good thing that Chigga Okonkwo is getting more involved with the passing game. With a glimpse of what he can do from last week, he'll likely be fed some targets again today.
There's no question he's clearly earning the coaching staff and the quarterback's trust. And, I'm sure Jimmy gets as many questions as I do about Austin Hooper, a free agent acquisition, and his role in the offense. But, even though Hooper's snap counts have decreased each week that he's been a Titan, Chiggs has steadily gotten more as he's embraced his special teams role and now being able to do things like close out a game on offense against the Indianapolis Colts on a nice 3rd and 4 play action catch.
Derrick Henry starting to get rolling, Jim, but this Commanders defensive front will make it difficult for he in offense this afternoon.
Yes, they're big and strong. Jonathan Allen certainly leads away from that group, and they're tough to move. And unfortunately, the Titans are going to have to do it without Nate Davis on the offensive line today. He's one of the inactives, so running the football is going to be tough. Titans need to be able to do it in the second half, too. Their offensive struggles in the second half have been well documented. Derrick Henry, a big part of that. 75 rushing yards after 231 in the first, averaging just 2.4. Hassan Haskins has more fourth quarter running yards than Derrick Henry this season, and that's going to have to change.
Wow. Buck, defensively, this Titans secondary gets another week and another test, and this time it's 2 Ohio State wideouts. They are dangerous and on the deep shots.
Oh, there's no question. They have to be sound in tackling out there. Terry McLaurin, who played running back in high school, certainly has carried that style over into his college and professional career. This secondary is going to have to be buttoned up because, again, they're without Amani Hooker still in the concussion protocol. Ugo Amadi, who was practicing this week, is not going to be able to give it a go. So this secondary is going to be in for it. I'm certain they're ready.
With that in mind, Jim, the Titans defense is getting some contributions from other guys with those injuries. Those same guys could help out today. Plus, you get linebacker Monty Rice back for his first time in 2022.
Yeah, and I don't know how much defense he'll play, but he'll certainly play on special teams. I thought the inside backers, David Long, Dylan Cole, Joe Sherbert, did a great job last week tackling. They're going to need guys to be good up front. Rashad Weaver has really stepped up. You mentioned Tart, Danico Autry, a lot of other guys have emerged and will need to continue to do so.
They are our Titans insiders. Jim Wyatt of TennesseeTitans.com, Buck Rising of 104.5 The Zone. When we return, the head coach Mike Vrabel gives us his keys to Tennessee and Washington in just about 2 minutes.
Mike Vrabel with his keys to a Tennessee victory.
Special teams-wise, it really comes down to trying to play penalty-free and be aggressive. We want to get these returns going. We may not get a whole lot of opportunities, but Sly gives us one. We're going to have to try to get some field position going on the return game. We talked about blocking 39. Tressway, he's a great punter. We got to punt better than him. We got to kick better than Sly. So our specialists need to be really good offensively, identify the front, the personnel, whether it's nickel, big nickel, 51, whatever they're trying to do against us and match up to our personnel. We're going to have to do that. I'm really, really looking forward to us fighting to get that first down. That to me says everything, whether it's first half, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. We have to fight our tails off to get the first down and be excited about it and then go on and continue the drive. Defensively, it's going to come down to pre-snap, winning that matchup, where they're at. Is it empty? What the formation is? Where's Samuel? Is it jet motion? Is it shift in motion? And whatever it may be, are they going fast? We talked about the tackling, how critical that be. And then finding a way to continue to get some turnovers and forcing the quarterback into mistakes.
Mike, good luck today against the Commanders.
Thank you so much.
And before we continue, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. The Titans play here today and always. This is Titans Radio.
This is your official home for Titans football.
Touchdown, Titans!
WGFX-FM Gallatin, Nashville. 104.5 The Zone.
Game day weather is sunny and 59 degrees at kickoff. Weather brought to you by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, offering cost-effective solutions like free service calls with their repairs, low monthly payments on those repairs. Spring Hill Heating and Cooling available anytime at springhillac.com. Time to see if the Titans can stack another win on the road from the confines of FedEx Field just outside our nation's capital. The Titans take on the Commanders. Mike Keith and Dave McGinnis have the call of this one next.
What team y'all want to be?
Are small.
We got the whole world watching now.
Talk about your teammates. Put the team first.
Titans on 3. 1, 2, 3. Titans.
Every snap counts. Every inch of field matters.
Henry turns it up, runs into Diggs, runs into the end zone. Allen tried to sneak. He got nothing, or so it appeared. They did it! Yes!
It's time for Titans football with Rhett Bryant, Amy Wells, Titans Radio's head coach Dave McGinnis, and the voice of the Titans, Mike Keith.
Touchdown, Titans!
Your Tennessee Titans take the field, and kickoff is next.
Just moments ago on Titans Countdown, you heard Mike Vrabel mention that one of the keys for today's game here in Washington is focusing on improvement. Vrabel certainly means that he wants the Titans to improve from last Sunday's game at Indianapolis, but the statement is really broader. He wants a team that was beset with issues at Buffalo last month to not only keep winning, but to continue to find its strengths and to be able to accentuate them. The Titans still have issues, yes, but they have begun to find solutions and have started to develop their own personality. Coach Dave McGinnis, as the Titans face the Commanders here today at FedEx Field, what are the most important areas where Mike Vrabel wants to see further improvement?
The first thing that's helped this football team find their footing, and we've talked about it continuously, is finding traction in the run game. They need continuous traction in the run game and some consistency there. The next thing that has to happen for this football team is defensively, they need to get more consistent at taking the ball away. We saw what a big difference taking the ball away last week meant. They need to continue to live on that. This is a find-a-way team. Those are two ways you find your way pretty quickly. They need some consistency with that.
Officials for today's game, your referee is Land Clark, umpire Paul King, down judge Tom Steffen, line judge Brian Bollinger, field judge Michael Banks, side judge Dominic Pender, back judge Greg Meyer. This crew has averaged 15 penalties per game this season. That ranks them top 6 in the league. They've called 11 false starts, 8 offensive holds. Everything else has been pretty much spread out. The only unusual number in their breakdown is this crew has called 5 delay of game penalties, more than most. So it's obvious that back judge Greg Meyer really watches the play clock closely, something to watch. Commanders win the toss, elect to defer. Titans will go on offense, trying to score a touchdown on their initial possession for their 5th straight game. Hassan Haskins drips deep. Joey Sly gets ready to kick it off, and we're ready to play at FedEx Field. First time in 8 years. Last time we were here, Washington came from behind in the second half behind Colt McCoy. They benched Kirk Cousins at halftime. Colt McCoy led them to a victory.
It's been a while since the Titans have been here then when you start mentioning those names.
That was in the midst of a 2-14 season. Interestingly enough, of course, Kirk Cousins and Colt McCoy both still in the league.
Still playing.
So here we go. NFC versus AFC at our nation's capital. Kick comes downfield. It's high and will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Titans will go on offense at the 25.
The Titans offense heads out first. And here
deep
comes the
for
starting
Tennessee.
lineup.
He is going to let this one live.
Top tier, Tri-Clean, Citco gasoline keeps your engine clean. Citco, let's go together. Up front, left to right, Dennis Daly, Aaron Brewer, Ben Jones, Dylan Radens, Nicholas Petit-Frere. Tight ends, Austin Hooper, Jeff Swaim. Receivers, Robert Woods, Nick Westbrook-Akine. Running backs, Torrey Carter, Derrick Henry. Quarterback, Ryan Tannehill. Play fake. Tannehill looking, in trouble, hit and sacked. Sweat is the man who gets him, Montez Sweat. The Commanders' defense, Montez Sweat is part of the front four with Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, and James Smith-Williams. Linebackers Cole Holcomb, Jamin Davis. In the secondary, they play a bunch of guys. Bobby McCain, Cam Curl, Kendall Fuller, William Jackson, Benjamin St. Just, and Derek Forrest. Lost back to the 17-yard line at 2nd and 18. Empty backfield for Tannehill. Now he brings Hilliard across. Tannehill fires, got it complete. Westbrook-Akine at the 25, and he's up to the 29 where he's tackled by Davis. It's 3rd down and 6.
Go back to first down. Montez Sweat, one of those defensive front first-round picks we talked about, has got great length. He used it on that first sack. Nice job on 2nd down of recovering. This is 3rd and manageable. Get a first down here would be big.
Last week, Westbrook-Akine did not have a catch. Now 6 on the year for 77 yards. Titans moving left to right on your radio dial on 3rd down and 6. Tannehill takes the snap. Has time. Throws under pressure and the pass is incomplete. He was hit on the play by Allen, and the Titans go 3 and out on a first possession for the first time this year.
Both of those plays disrupted by those guys that we've talked about all week. That was a focal point. You know you've got first-round picks up there. First-round picks means nothing if they're not productive. These dudes are productive. We've got to get a handle of them.
Stonehouse to punt. Milne is deep. Dax Milne. Punt is away. Milne chased way to his left, will let it bounce. It goes sideways, and then the Titans' Haskins will down it. Not a good punt from Stonehouse, as Washington will have a chance to start. Let's see where they finally put it down. It's probably right around the 30-yard line. Up front, left to right for Washington, Charles Leno, Andrew Norwell, Nick Martin, Sadiq Charles, Cornelius Lucas. Tight end, John Bates. Wide receivers, Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel. Running back, Antonio Gibson. Quarterback is Carson Wentz. Empty backfield to begin. Officially from the 33. That's where they'll say Haskins downed it. They give it to Gibson at right guard, and he is able to push the pile forward for a nice gain, 3, maybe 4. On defense for the Titans, front 3, DeMarcus Walker, Jeffrey Simmons, Tierre Tart. Linebackers, Danico Autry, Dylan Cole, David Long, Rashad Weaver. In the secondary, Roger McCreary, Joshua Kalu, Kevin Byard, Christian Fulton, and Terrence Mitchell. Tart had the first tackle on 2nd and 7. Wentz in the gun. He brings Gibson back into the backfield and puts him on his left hip. No score early in Washington. Dropping the snap, Wentz on a busted play. He will actually make 3 yards to the 39 where he's tackled by Long.
That was an RPO that he was trying to run coming out of there. The snap was low. First play, he's using Gibson. First two plays he has, Mike, to get a man-zone declaration as to what's going on. Titans changed their defense on that second movement of that back then.
Washington has had some problems on offense, but they've been good on third down, converting 44%. This is 3rd down and 4. Again, Washington starts off empty. They stay that way. Wentz to throw it under pressure, fires downfield, batted away. McCrary is able to bat it away from Samuel, and the Titans get him off the field. That 3 and out is sponsored by LRS. If your home, business, or construction site needs an extra level of clean with portable hand wash stations or portable restrooms, call LRS at 615-350-8480.
Great job by McCrary using what we call a tailpipe technique. It was double crossers, so he got underneath right on the backside hip. That's a perfect play by McCrary. Textbook.
Left footer Tress Way gets the punt off. Woods comes forward, asks for a fair catch, gets out of the way as the ball rolls sideways and is down at the 20. So each team with a 3 and out, and each team with a pretty average punt. Nothing doing so far in D.C. Carson Wentz, the number 2 pick in the 2016 draft, 0 of 1 passing for the Washington Commanders to begin. He has 1 carry for 3 yards. Antonio Gibson, the former Memphis Tiger, 1 carry for 3 yards. Brian Robinson is now in at running back, the rookie out of Alabama, as Washington scrimmages at their own 19. Robinson coming left, trying to turn the corner, breaks the tackle, does turn the corner. Penalty marker down as he's run out of bounds with what would be enough for a first down. We'll wait on the call. Brian Robinson, that's a story.
Offense, number 88. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
That'll take it back as Armani Rogers, a smaller tight end, rookie out of Ohio U, charged with the hold. He was shot in an attempted robbery, a carjacking, on August the 28th. They shot him in his knee. And 6 weeks later, Brian Robinson is back playing football.
What a story.
First down, 19 to go on the 10. Wentz is in the gun. Wentz hands it off. It's a very short gain up the middle, as that's Robinson. It'll bring up 2nd down and very long, as Long makes the tackle.
11 personnel motion the tight end back into the backfield, a little hop motion. So that was basically a draw lead is what they were trying to run out of that play. Titans defensed it very well.
Brian Robinson was a backup at Alabama for 4 years behind some great backs. In his 5th year, he rushed for over 1,300 yards. In his Alabama career, he appeared in 66 games. McKissick, the pass catcher, is now in the backfield. On 2nd and 17, Wentz throws incomplete. Intended for the tight end Turner, well defended there by Mitchell.
Mitchell, that's a great trigger. That's a great break. That's a transition. That's a perfect transition on a stop route. That was absolutely picture perfect with what he did. Out of the shotgun, that's like a 5-step drop. He triggered it very well.
3rd down and 17. Andrew Adams is in as a 6th defensive back. Now's where maybe you can heat up Wentz. He's been sacked 17 times. Wentz throws it short to McKissick, to the 10, to the 15, and out of bounds just beyond the 20 at the 23. Fulton runs him out of bounds. But an excellent job by the Titans defense with another 3 and out.
A great job then. They rushed 3, dropped 8. They had a perfect tent coverage which means that you're spread like a tent across the back end and in the middle. They had nowhere else to go. Check down was all they had.
Left-footer Tress Way is in to punt it away again. Titans double pressing Reeves, who makes like every special teams tackle for the Commanders.
Plus some.
Way's punt is away. Woods coming up, asks for the fair catch, now gets away from it, and Washington will down it with Jonathan Williams just inside the 50. Really poor punt. Titans will have great field position for their third shot at it on offense. Right now, no score, 6:30 remaining at FedEx Field first quarter.
End zone to end zone and every yard in between. You get it all. Get it all. This is Titans Radio.
So far at FedEx Field, the story has been no story. The Titans 15 yards, the Commanders 14. Third possession for Tennessee, no score. 6.5 minutes remaining first quarter. Titans at the 49. Tight end either side, receiver either side. Single back Henry. Dropping and throwing right side is Tannehill. He finds Woods. Woods catches it in Commander territory, and Jackson will run him out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Gain of 9. It'll be second down and 1.
4-3 front. They were playing cover 4 then, which meant the corner was way off back there, and both safeties were fairly deep. Second and 1, perfect. What you want.
Tannehill 3 of 5, 27 yards. He's been sacked once. Washington trying to run personnel in. They get everybody off. Tannehill looking to throw it, has to throw it away. The Titans were trying to trick them, but did Washington have too many men on the field? Does not look like there's a penalty for it. Tannehill thought he caught him, and he is very unhappy because he went ahead and snapped it with the thought process that he was going to get a free play. He did not.
That's why he snapped it like he did.
It's third down and 1. Pistol formation for the Titans. Tannehill gives Henry on the right side. Henry steps out of a tackle and drives to the 40-yard line for a first down, Tennessee.
Henry started inside on that little lead and then made a jump cut to the outside. They were stacked up in there pretty tight. Those linebackers had cut their length of splits in the back way up to that line of scrimmage. Well, Henry bounced it outside, Mike.
Ball resting on the 40-yard line of Washington. Titans have 2 tight ends and a fullback to the right. Now move Hooper left. Gives Henry at left guard. He moves the pile for 2, maybe 3. Holcomb with another tackle. It's second down.
Again, that was a power OH, taking one of those tight ends that you talked about, bringing him up behind the pulling guard from the right side to the left side, trying to get 2 guys up in the hole to swab it out.
Gain of 3 officially. It'll be second down and 7 as Des Fitzpatrick enters the lineup wide to the left. Titans in an eye. Play fake. Tannehill rolling, looking, throwing back. Henry on the screen. 35-30, 25-20. 15, and Henry is taken down at about the 13-yard line by Holcomb as the Titans enter the Pinnacle scoring zone. For more on Titans banking from Pinnacle, visit titansbanking.com for all the details.
You cannot draw up a more perfect roll throwback screen. That was absolutely beautiful. And I'm talking about the blocking and the timing out to the left of it. Also the patience by your quarterback. It was completely sold. That was exactly the way you draw it up. And look how it happened.
Hilliard is in the game on the right hip of Tannehill. Henry goes in motion to the right. They fake a screen to him, throw back to Hilliard. He cuts at the 10. He jukes at the 5. He goes straight into the end zone. Touchdown, Titans, for the 3rd time this year. Dontrell Hilliard.
That's outstanding play right there. They ran the screen, and then they ran a double screen on them as to where the defense was on their left foot completely. Tremendous play calling and execution on that drive.
Derrick Henry gets everybody's attention, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he got it then. He got it then, and you're 100% right. But I just love the way that those calls stacked on top, one on top of the other.
Bullock's extra point is up, and the kick is good. Third possession of the game. The Titans take it 51 yards for a score. They lead 7-0, 3:58 remaining first quarter.
13-yard touchdown catch caps off a 6-play, 52-yard drive for 2:32 off the clock. That's your Nissan Drive Summary. Nissan Stadium, home of the Titans. Nissan, official auto partner of the Tennessee Titans.
Dontrell Hilliard on the year, 9 catches, 122 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That's 13.5 yards a grab out of the backfield for Dontrell Hilliard.
Yeah, what a great way to cap off that series. Just so well constructed and then so well executed.
Titans used the Commanders' aggressiveness against them with the screen passes. Bullock to kick off. Milne is going to let it go, and so Carson Wentz and company will start at the 25-yard line, trailing 7-0, 3:58 remaining first quarter. We play from FedEx Field, which has been here since 1997. It was built at that time for $250.5 million. Originally constructed as a 91,000-seat facility, and then was redone and now seats 82,000. Gibson in the backfield on the left hip of Wentz. 3 receivers all to the left. Tight end to the right. Wentz with a long count. Play fake. Wentz throws deep downfield, and the pass is caught. Making the catch is Samuel. As I thought for just a moment, Byard was going to get there to pick it off as the ball hung in the air, but Wentz with an accurate throw, threading the needle to Samuel. And it's a nice gain for Washington as they're at the Titan 43.
3-by-1 play action, transcontinental. He hung it up there and completed it.
Going to run the ball this time on the right. It's Gibson. Little, if any. Long with the tackle. Nice job by Strong, the defensive lineman, getting low and helping out. Second down and virtually 10.
Again, that's that explosive play that we talked about, the week going into it. They've lived off of those explosive plays, and we just saw another one there from a King's Trip speed formation. All 3 wide receivers were on the same side of the formation.
On second down and 10. Wentz in the gun with Gibson on his right hip. Quick throw. It's Samuel. Samuel with a nice run as he turns down the field at the 36-yard line and is tackled at the 33. Should have enough for a first down. Let's see where they're going to put it. They're going to put it at the 32. He has enough for a first down.
And Samuel's like a running back with that ball in his hands, and that little check down to him right there, he just turned and picked up the first down with his size.
2:15 to go in the quarter. Titans lead 7-0, but the Commanders are on the move. McLaurin is wide to the left. Wentz looks over a 4-man front, drops to throw, fires short, and it's dropped. It's Turner. Defended, may have been tipped by Tart. I think it was. Yeah, that was more batted than dropped. So give Tart credit for another play. It's second down and 10.
Here, Tart does a really conscientious job of matching hands on that quarterback. That's a big play then.
Pierre Tart's had a big week after his interception in Indianapolis last Sunday. Signing a lot of autographs this week. Second and 10. Quick throw, right side. It's Samuel, and Cole gets out to hit him. He gets help from the cavalry with Farley coming in to stop him at the 30. Gain of 2. It's third down and 8.
That's a good job of pursuit on that jet screen. You got to get force, cap force, which is coming from the top, and then the run and hit part of it is just what you described, because Samuel was trying to spin away from that first edge tackle.
They've got to get it to the Titans 22. Ball rests at the 30. A minute 25 to go. First quarter. Wentz in the gun, a bunch set of 3 receivers to the left. They can't get lined up properly. They finally do. 2 on the play clock, low snap, and having to cover it is Wentz. Loss of 2 yards on the play, and Sly will have to come in and try a field goal as Long will be credited with the tackle.
You talked about the 3 receivers. They could not quite get lined up. Wentz was trying to get them lined up, but at the same time, clock running down on him. You mentioned how this officiating crew keeps track of the clock. It was snapped right about his ankles, and I don't think he was even ready for that snap.
51-yard field goal, make it 50 for Sly. The veteran kicker, Joey Sly, 4th-year man out of Virginia Tech, only his 2nd field goal attempt of the year. Right hash. Snap, set, kick. Good. Sly converts, and the Commanders are on the board. So the 32-yard pass to Samuel set it up. Samuel picked up another first down. And then the drive stalls, but Washington does get points. 7 plays, 43 yards, 3:33 off the clock.
And again, as you said, the main play of that series, explosive 30-yard play. You've got to be able to limit these explosives because they make a difference in ball games from the start.
7-3 the count. The Titans in front. They'll get the football back. It's amazing how a 50-yard field goal is not remarkable anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's just become matter of fact. It really has in the National Football League. You know, these kickers are like all the other players coming out of collegiate ball, you know, progressively, that the things that they can do are just more and more amazing, and the yardage just continues to increase on these kickers. But you're right, a 50-yarder is now like what a 25-yarder used to be.
A 50-yard punt is not amazing anymore. As a matter of fact, entering this game, Ryan Stonehouse averaging 56.2 per punt gross. His net is 46.9.
Yeah, and well, you're right, Mike. I mean, it's just, and it's not only, you know, with the Titans, it's with everybody in the league. You're watching these kickers come out. You have all of these kicking camps, kicking experts. Kids start kicking very, very early now. I mean, it's made a difference.
Tress Way, the punter for Washington, 48.7 his average per punt. And he's done that sort of thing since he's come in the league.
I mean, these are 2 pretty impressive punters. They haven't punted great. You know, Stonehouse had a really nice punt at second one, but both of their first 2 were very common, which is uncommon for these 2 punters.
Let me ask Amy Wells to come in right now with 25 seconds left in the quarter. Pinnacle sideline report. Wind affecting anything at FedEx Field, Amy?
Mike, a little bit. There are some gusts that are pretty intense, and it's going from sideline to sideline. So hasn't had a huge impact yet, but it's definitely a possibility.
Okay. With this being such a massive facility, you know, most NFL facilities are 20,000 smaller. This is a massive building. And oftentimes you get swirling winds in the larger stadiums.
I think that's exactly what's happening down there. It's happening down there a little bit with us in our pregame stuff when we were down there on the field. And you could see that Woods, especially that second punt, was having trouble with it. It looked like it was swirling up there, and he couldn't quite judge the spin on it.
Sly is set to kick off. We'll see if Hassan Haskins gets a chance. Haskins 4 kickoff returns for 107 last week at Indianapolis with a long of 37. He's going to let this one go, and the Titans will start at their own 25, first down and 10. Derrick Henry, 5 carries, 10 yards, 1 catch, 24 yards. Ryan Tannehill, 5 of 8, 64 yards, and a touchdown. He has started only one other game against Washington in his career. It was here, back when he was with Miami, September 13, 2015. He won that start and played well. Titans 34-year-old signal caller brings his team to the line. He'll work under center. Tannehill gives Henry on the left side, and Henry on the stretch play stretches it out very well to pick up 4, almost 5 yards. Davis with the tackle on what could be the last play of the quarter. Tannehill is walking to the sideline, so I'm going to assume it is. After 1 in Washington, your score, Tennessee Titans 7, Washington Commanders 3.
To the final this morning. On Thursday night, the Colts escaped a rock fight in Denver, a 12-9 overtime win. They are 2-2-1. Jacksonville had a Houston 3-0. Jets with an early safety, they lead the Dolphins 5-0. Cleveland 14, Chargers 3. Buffalo with a 98-yard touchdown connection from Josh Allen to Gabe Davis. They lead the Steelers 10-3. New England leading Detroit 3-0. Bailey Zappi, the starter for the Patriots. Minnesota on top of Chicago 14-3. Seattle 10-3 over New Orleans. Tampa Bay and Atlanta also scoreless.
Here, 7-3, Titans lead Washington. Tennessee 72 total yards, 15 rushing, 57 passing. Washington 59 yards, 8 rushing, 51 passing. Titans had the ball for 7:58 in the first quarter to Washington 7:02. Ryan Tannehill 5 of 8, 64 yards and a touchdown. Derrick Henry 6 rushes, 15 yards, 1 catch, 24 yards. So all told, 7 touches for the King, 39 total yards. 2nd and 5 for the Titans at their own 30. Receiver either side of the line. Tight end either side. Tannehill with a play fake, looking deep. He floats it out, incomplete. Intended for Woods on the left side. He had Westbrook-Akine going deep. And was it pressure that forced
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, he started to back up. He had a clean rush in his face after about the 4th step. That's what caused him to back up and just float it.
3rd down 5. Phillips and Hooper wide to the left. Hilliard on the left hip of Tannehill. Now Phillips motions right to join Fitzpatrick and Woods. Tannehill facing heat, hit, and he will be sacked. It's Sweat with his 2nd sack of the game. Interesting, as he was still on the field, he removed his helmet, which is normally a penalty.
Yeah, and the official looked at him but just ignored it.
Yeah, unusual. Deep is milled on 4th and 12 at the 23 for Stonehouse's punt. Tannehill has been under a lot of duress in this game. Snap is good. Punt is away. Milled. Fields it at his 21. Comes left. Looking for a block. Spins to the 25. Comes back to the right. And Rader gets him down there. 2 tackles so far in this game for Kevin Rader, the 2nd-year tight end from Youngstown State.
Coverage has been excellent on those punts. We don't need to get in those situations on those 3rd and long and then have to punt on 4th down. That's what you'd not like to see. And as you said, Montez Sweat right now has been an issue off the edge, Mike.
Well, the sacks are obviously bad, but just constant pressure.
100% correct.
Washington now going to take the football at their own 25-yard line, trailing 7-3 here early in the 2nd quarter. Carson Wentz to begin 4 of 7 for 51 yards. Samuel has been his main guy, 3 catches for 45 yards, including the 32-yarder on the last series that set up the field goal. So here's Wentz playing against the Titans for the 4th time for his 3rd team. Played for the Eagles against the Titans in 2018 and then for the Colts against the Titans twice last year. His record is 0-3. Robinson is the running back. Wentz working under center. They offset the eye to the right. Play fake. Wentz firing deep downfield again. He's got a man. It's De'Ami Brown at the 20, at the 10, at the 5, and into the end zone for a touchdown. De'Ami Brown, 75 yards as he beats Caleb Farley.
Yeah, and again, there's those explosive plays that we referred to earlier. That's the way this offense runs, and they hit it.
Brown getting a chance to play with the injury to Jahan Dotson. Dotson, who has 4 touchdown catches on the year, and Brown getting his big opportunity after being picked in the 3rd round out of North Carolina a year ago. He can motor. Sly for the extra point, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. And just like that, Washington has surged in front of Tennessee 10-7. Washington with 17 big plays on offense this year, 20 yards or more. They have 2 in this game. De'Ami Brown just caught a 75-yard touchdown pass for their 4th big play touchdown of the year, and Washington leads Tennessee 10-7. Haskins is deep, but the Titans see what they're into now. They're going to have to protect Ryan Tannehill, and they're going to have to stop giving up the big play on defense.
Yeah, I mean, Carson Wentz had plenty of time to step up, manipulate that pocket, and then there was nothing intricate about that route. That was just flat out foot speed.
Straight go from a guy who can go. Slide a kickoff. Haskins is going to let it go, and the Titans will take over at the 25. So, offensively, if you're having trouble with pressure, which the Titans are right now, and you're Todd Downing and you're everybody else on the offensive staff, what can you do?
Well, you got to be better on 1st and 2nd down. You can't put yourself in the 3rd and long.
Henry is at tailback. Tannehill under center, changing the play at the line. Going to give Henry a crack on the left side. And Henry will drive his way forward near the 30-yard line. That's good gain on 1st down. Davis with the tackle.
And that's the start of it. That's what you've got to do. You've got to stay in rhythm 1st and 2nd down. With this front, the way they are, I mean, you cannot let them get in those track stances to come after you.
Westbrook, Akine, and Woods to the left. Now Woods motions right on 2nd and 5. Give. Henry starts left, cuts back to the middle. He's got the 35. He's got the 40. He's got the 45-yard line. Tackle made there by McCain. It's a 1st down for Tennessee.
And that's how you handle it. That's exactly what you have to do. You have to be able to control the front with your 1st and 2nd down plays.
Excellent blocking downfield by Westbrook, Akine, and even Petit Frere was down there blasting a man. Gain of 15 on the play. Henry now 8 carries, 35 yards. Washington moves into a 5-man front. Now a 6-man front. Tannehill going to give it to Henry again on the left. He sort of stumbled as he came through, picked up 3 yards. Holcomb with the tackle. And here's a flag coming from way behind the play from the field judge, Michael Banks.
Holding. Offense, number 8. 10-yard penalty. In play, 1st down.
That's Cody Hollister, who's played a lot of football today. And that's exactly what the Titans didn't need.
Nope, do not need that. See, you hear me talk a lot, our listeners hear me talk a lot about behind the chains. Well, behind the chains happens in a lot of different ways, but normally it's self-inflicted wounds. That's self-inflicted right there.
1st and 18 at the 37. First accepted penalty on the Titans. Empty backfield, Tannehill. Tannehill sprints out to his right, shuffle pass, Okonkwo, 40. Okonkwo up to the 45 and then the 46 before he's tackled by Davis. Is there another flag down?
They're calling ineligible downfield, Mike. That is a pass.
Ineligible player downfield. Offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
He does get a little grace, like 2 or 3 yards, right?
Yeah, but when you're running that shovel pass, you kind of got to work lateral first, especially on the back side of it where he was.
So another penalty on the Titans. 1st and 23 at the 32. Trailing 10-7, 11:37 remaining in the first half. Tannehill, delay handoff. Hilliard, that's not going anywhere. Absolutely nowhere. Tackle made by Holcomb. It'll be 2nd down and long.
As I say, you put yourself into these situations with the chains. I mean, your playbook really shrinks in these types of situations.
Especially when you're having a hard time protecting your quarterback.
That too.
2nd and 23, the Titans at their own 32. 4 receivers to the left. Now Phillips is going to come across to the right. Washington trying to figure it out defensively. Tannehill looks to his right, pumps, in trouble, fires, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Phillips. Tannehill took another hit. Wild Goose defending on the play. And so it's going to be 3rd down and 23 at the 32. He was just trying to get it out of there before he took a sack. Phillips was not open. And Wild Goose and Phillips battled for the ball, which fell harmlessly to the turf. On 3rd and 23. Washington set to rush 4. Tannehill fading, pumping, in bad trouble, and he is sacked. Jonathan Allen with another sack. They are just teeing off on Ryan Tannehill in those predictable situations.
Well, and then, it's easy for me to stand up here and say it, but when you put yourself in those situations, those guys have got immense talent of rushing the passer in a lot of different ways.
4th and 36. Snap is good. Stonehouse's punt is away. Hits it well. Milne chased back inside the 20 to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, flag down 30, 35, and he is tackled before he reaches the 40. But again, flag down. And it came out at the end of the kick. So if you're the Titans, you're very hopeful that this is holding during the kick.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 34. 10-yard penalty from where the kick was caught. 1st down.
That penalty on Christian Holmes, a rookie cornerback. Big break for the Titans as Washington will start inside their own 20 when we come back.
Your defending AFC South champion Titans resume play right after this.
Washington 10, Tennessee 7. Exactly 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Stonehouse's punt good for 66 yards. The penalty half the distance to the goal takes it back to the 8. So that's a 73-yard flip of the field. Diamond formation. They're going to give it to Robinson, who goes up the middle and is out to the 13-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. We pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the NFL. This is Titans Radio.
This is your official home for Titans football.
Touchdown, Titans!
WGFX FM Gallatin, Nashville. 104.5 The Zone.
2nd down and 5. Washington at their own 13. Leading Tennessee 10-7. 9:28 remaining. First half. Empty backfield for Wentz now. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. He's in the shotgun. Blitz coming. Wentz firing. Complete to McLaurin. McLaurin breaks the tackle at the 20. He's out to the 30. Simmons will get him from behind as he crosses the 35 to the 38. And had Simmons not made that tackle, he would still be running.
He'd still be running. That was 13 personnel, and they spread it out, as you said, into no back empty look. And then that was a shallow crosser from the two receiver side, and you've got to spot tackle these people if they're going to throw those.
McLaurin is a guy that has almost Hines Ward type strength. He's 6 feet 210, but he is hard to tackle. That's a 25-yard gain. Brown motions to the left, play fake. Wentz in trouble, flushed out to his left, being chased, and he is knocked out of bounds for a sack! Jeffrey Simmons gets him for a slight loss, which does count as a sack. That Kroger sack for cash means $100 to Second Harvest Food Bank. Kroger, the official tailgate headquarters of the Tennessee Titans. Through its Zero Hunger, Zero Waste plan, Kroger is committed to ending hunger in our communities. 2nd and 10.
Copy, son.
Wentz with Gibson in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Looked like Washington moved.
False start. Offense number 60. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That's the center, Martin.
You know, these parabolic mics, I talk about them all the time. They're tremendous. Even Gap Pirate, he was trying to change the protection, is what he was doing on that. And then once the change of protection came, then all of a sudden the center, because he had to slide a different way, was a little early.
Washington 4 penalties in the game for 26 yards. Titans 2 for 19. Titans go 6 defensive backs on 2nd and 15. Wentz fires deep right side, going for Brown again, incomplete. Well defended by Christian Fulton. It'll be 3rd and 15. Fulton stride for stride and playing the ball. So Wentz taking another shot.
Oh, yeah, and they're going to continue to take them all afternoon. But Fulton was perfectly in phase then.
Scott Turner is the son of Norv Turner.
Yes, sir.
And Norv Turner certainly loved to take his shots.
Completely. Go back to the triplets. That's all he did.
On 3rd and 15. Wentz with a quick snap. Dropping. Firing downfield. Incomplete. Excellent defense again by Fulton. Defending McLaren on the right side, and the punt team comes out. Bad news for the Titans. Jeffrey Simmons is down right now, being helped to his feet by Weaver. Hopefully he just got a little ankle twist or got stepped on. He is running off the field now. That's good news.
That's 2 back-to-back really nice cornerback plays by Fulton.
Woods is deep for Way's punt on 4th and 15. Snap is good. Punt is away. Woods going to let it hop. It's going to go sideways inside the 20 and will be down by Forrest there. Titans get the ball back, trailing 10-7. 7:14 remaining in the first half at FedEx Field. The Commanders 10-7 as we play at FedEx Field. So glad to have you with us on a beautiful sunshiny afternoon from our nation's capital. Week 5 of the NFL season. 2-2 Titans, 1-3 Commanders. Titans playing without Nate Davis in the offensive line today and without 4 starters on defense. Got a challenge, just trying to make it to the bye, and if they could do it at 3-2, they would be elated. Derrick Henry, 9 carries, 37 yards. Flip play. Henry on the right side. Past the 20. Past the 25. Past the 30. To the 35 and tackled at the 36 by Fuller. That's a gain of 17 and a first down for the Titans, but there is a flag down.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. 10-yard penalty. You play 1st down.
Who would that have been on?
It's hard for us to know because that's a counter belly flip. Counter belly flip, it's a perimeter play.
An official on the other side of the field. The field judge threw it.
That was opposite the way that the flip went.
Completely opposite.
I can't tell you there.
1st and 14 at the 50. Titans waste a 17-yard run. They give Henry at left guard, and Henry is able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Tackled by Fuller there. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the 24.
That was one of the best 5-yard runs I've seen. I mean, that was.
Titans need a drive here. Trailing 10-7, 6:20 to go in the half. Tannehill 5 of 10, 64 yards and a touchdown. Keeps around right end does Tannehill, and Tannehill won't really gain anything as Smith Williams is able to read it. Just a read option, and he reads keeper and gets nothing.
Yeah, Smith Williams just sat on the edge. You know, kept his inside foot planted and kept good outside leverage on that play.
3rd down upcoming. The line to make is the 29. The Titans at their own 24. Moving right to left on your radio dial. Woods wide left. Hooper also wide to the left. 2 receivers to the right. Hilliard in the backfield. Tannehill from the shotgun. Looking, pumping, in trouble. Throws, got it complete to Hilliard, who gets away across the 30 to the 31. What a play by Tannehill. What a play by Hilliard. Curl with the tackle, but the Titans keep the drive alive and overcome the penalty.
Wow. I mean, your call described it perfectly. He was in the grass nearly. I mean, that's all Tannehill, and that's Hilliard staying in sync with him.
Tannehill was going to take another sack from, I think, Sweat. And instead, the Titans have it at the 32 with a 1st down. Henry back in the game. Give Henry on the right side, comes back to the left, finds room to the 35, to the 40, and Henry out to the 45-yard line. Tackled there by Davis. It appears to be another 1st down as they'll bring the ball back in.
I'm sorry, Mike. This is the perfect counterpunch to what we need.
12 carries, 62 yards for Henry to this point. Swaim and Woods wide to the left. Hollister and Westbrook Akine wide to the right. Tannehill continues to work under center with 4 minutes to go. Henry stumbles as he takes the handoff, is able to get it back forward. Obata made the tackle at the line of scrimmage.
And that was a true stretch outside zone. There was no cutback coming to that one. As you said, he stumbled and the left tackle lost his man.
Might have gained a little bit. We'll call it 2nd down and 9 as Hilliard will come in. Titans got the ball to begin the game, so with 3:28 remaining in the half, they'd love to go down here and score. Tannehill drops, fires right side. There's Woods at the 50, Woods at the 45, and Woods is out of bounds short of the 40. McCain with the tackle, but that's a 1st down, Tennessee.
Yeah, that was just a little play action, kind of a half RPO on that, and Woods did a nice job of clearing himself to the sideline.
Spotted out of bounds at the Washington 42 as we go under 3 minutes remaining in the 1st half. Commanders 10, Titans 7. Henry back in the game. 2 tight ends to the left. Going to run Henry that way. He cuts back. Washington stacks it up. Derrick is tackled just short of the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Derrick started on the outside zone, tried to cut back. The cutback was not there because the backside had been able to get on the edges of their blocks and work inside.
Henry now 14 rushes, 68 yards. Titans don't have to run another play before the 2-minute warning, but it looks like they will. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Tannehill brings Hilliard in behind Hooper. Tannehill takes the snap, fires the out route for Hilliard, who's not really open, and the ball is batted away incomplete. Outstanding play by Jamin Davis as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Titans will face a big third down upcoming when we return. 2 minutes remaining first half at FedEx Field. It's the Commanders 10, the Titans 7.
It's just
third down and 8 yards to go. The Titans just outside the Washington 40. They began this drive at their own 19, overcame a penalty, and had a wonderful third down conversion when Tannehill, in the grasp of Montez Sweat, somehow threw it to Dontrell Hilliard, who somehow spun away from a tackler and got the first down. Hilliard is in the backfield on the left hip of Tannehill. Washington shows blitz. Penalty marker down. Quick throw, and it's caught by Hilliard at the 35-yard line, and there's a penalty back at the quarterback. Both of these penalties could be on Washington. One certainly is. They were offsides on the play.
There are 2 fouls on the defense. Offside, 90, that penalties declined. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 97, a 15-yard penalty with an automatic first down.
FAO bottom.
He clearly took more than 3 steps when he hit the quarterback after the ball was released. Correct call.
Titans would have had 4th and 2 if the play had stood. Of course, they would have gotten 5 yards on the offsides anyway. But now the ball is moved to just outside the 25-yard line. 1:55 remaining in the half. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Tannehill wants to know
reset the clock.
What they're waiting on.
Stop to verify the spot of the foul.
Well, the scrimmage line was the 40. It should be at the 25. So they're standing at the 26. The ball was just outside the 40, so it should be just outside the 25. Going to step off.
That foul will be enforced at the end of the play.
Oh, at the end of the play. Okay. So that's going to put the ball at the 21-yard line. They will say Hilliard stepped out at the 36. 15 yards from there is the 21. All righty. Bunch set of 3 receivers to the right. Hollister wide left. Henry back in at tailback. Henry looking for room on the right side. Has entered the Pinnacle scoring zone as he gets down to the 17. Visit TitansBanking.com to learn all about the winning plays from Pinnacle as Holcomb makes another tackle. 2nd down and 6. Clock running with 1:33. Tannehill going to give it to Henry on the right side. Henry to the 15. Henry to the 10. Henry to the 9-yard line and a first down.
Going tempo too, Mike. They went tempo with both of those plays, trying not to help that defense get set in their stance.
1st and goal at the 9. Payne had the last tackle. They are going to come with Forrest as a 6th defensive back. A couple of these defensive backs play like linebackers. Mike Vrabel's going to take a timeout with 59 seconds to go. Have a quick discussion about this. The Titans scored with 3:58 to go in the first quarter. Ryan Tannehill to Dontrell Hilliard for a 13-yard touchdown. Washington came back after a 32-yard completion to Curtis Samuel. That set up Joey Sly for a 50-yard field goal with 25 seconds left in the quarter. 7-3 Titans after 1. Washington got the ball back at their own 25-yard line, and on the first play, Carson Wentz to De'Ami Brown 75 yards, and that's how we got to 10-7, Washington leading Tennessee.
Yeah, this is a tremendous opportunity here right before the half to kind of flip the script a little bit as to the way that it was going earlier in this quarter.
Been quite a drive.
Really has been.
Titans trying to finish it. 13th play of the drive upcoming. Tannehill under center. Going to give it to Henry on the left side. Henry for 2 yards down to the 7. Timeout Washington. Holcomb with another tackle. 54 seconds to go in the half. Holcomb was in the process of being run over, but to his credit, he held on to the ankles and waited for help to arrive, and they did.
Exactly what happened. And Holcomb's made a handful of tackles today, hasn't he?
Maybe 2 handfuls. Yeah. Been pretty good. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. 2nd and goal on the 7. Henry staying in the game. Already 17 carries, 82 yards. He also has a catch for 24. With the Titans having major protection problems for Tannehill, it is big that he is able to help the way he can. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tannehill in the gun, Henry on his left hip. Tannehill looking right, looking left, firing. Henry makes a great catch, stretches the ball, and is down at the 1. Davis with an excellent tackle. That's maybe the best catch Henry's ever made.
Wow, that was a good catch. Great throw, too. I mean,
ball just outside the 1 on the left hash with 33 seconds remaining. Tannehill gets the team on the ball. Tells them, let's wait for a second. We're down to 25. Plenty of time on the play clock. And so Vrabel is going to use a timeout with 20 seconds to go. Excellent use of time by the head coach.
Good clock management. Very good clock management. Let's go back a little bit to that catch that you just described. That was a good route. First of all, put the linebacker on his hip. But that throw was the only place it could have been thrown. And Henry, what a great hands catch. We watch him work on his hands every day before and after practice on that jugs machine. That's big then.
Big, big, big. Also a good timeout by Vrabel from the standpoint. Henry reached the ball. I don't think he got it to the goal line, but at least you're going to give New York a chance to look at it. So all the way around, a good job by Vrabel there.
Yep, excellent clock management.
You still have a timeout. You potentially have 2 plays. High formation. Titans now go tight end either side. Westbrook Akine sees them give it to Henry, who goes pounding behind Dylan Radins into the end zone. Touchdown, Titans!
That was a great drive. That was an absolutely fabulous drive.
They made it happen.
I mean, you talk about finding a way. That was really a lot of grit by that football team right there on that drive.
Overcoming a penalty that, quite frankly, we didn't see. Here's Bullock for point. Randy's kick is up, and his kick is good. 14-10 Titans with 17 seconds remaining. Washington does have 2 timeouts, however. That drive, 15 plays, 81 yards, 6:57 off the clock. That's your Nissan drive summary. Nissan, official auto partner of the Tennessee Titans.
You talk about the time that's left, Mike. We have just watched this Washington football team, Commanders, launch a couple of massive bombs. We're going to get that again here when they get their hands on it.
Maybe, but at least they don't have a minute and a half to work with.
No, you're right.
You know you're going to get them.
You're going to get them.
14-10 Titans. Milne is deep. Let's see if Bullock will give him a chance. Derrick Henry with a touchdown run.
Derrick Henry with a drive.
Woo! Henry, 18 carries, 83 yards. Knuckler coming downfield. Jonathan Williams has it at the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, and just beyond to the 32, where he's taken down. That took 7 seconds off the clock. That's the design of that. So let's see what Washington has up their sleeve here. Joey Sly has a good leg. We've already seen him make a kick of 50 yards in this game. Washington knows they get the ball to start the second half. They like where they are, just down 4, so they're going to take a knee and get out of here. That's the end of the first half with your score. Titans 14, Commanders 10.
The stats stand out. The Commanders 0 of 4 on third down. Titans 3 of 8. They have been outgained by just 13 yards after that massive 15-play drive they went on to end the first half. And Derrick Henry again, 20 touches, 113 yards, and a score. The Titans, actually the Commanders won the toss. They elected to receive, so the Titans get the ball first to begin the second half. And to call that second half, here's the voice of the Titans, Mike Keith, and of course, Coach Dave McGinnis.
And here's what it's all about. Washington has 81% of their yards on 3 plays. If you can get them into third down, if you can make them drive the football, I think if you're the Titans, you like your chances.
No, absolutely, you like your chances. And as you know, we talk about it, and you don't need to say it anymore. Not only this, explosive plays are an equalizer in the National Football League. Got to quit giving up explosive plays. End of story. And then plus, continue to run the football for first and second. Not just run it, but just move the chain so that you're not in third and extra long, where this talented rush group can tee off on you.
Derrick Henry's most carries in an NFL game, 35 last year at Seattle. He actually finished that game with 41 total touches. And I'd say there's a pretty good chance he could match that in this game if it's going the Titans' way. Knowing that they have a bye next week, they may feed the beast as much as possible to do what they need to do to get out of here 3-2.
Find a way to get to 3-2 in 30 minutes.
Bullock to kick off. Milne is deep. Kick comes downfield. Milne from the 1 to the 5 to the 10 to the 15. He's hit and he is dropped at the 17. Andrew Adams, the veteran. What a pop.
Well, what good coverage. You know, that was a bounce. That was a middle bounce right is what they were trying to do with that, which means they're going to try to set up in the middle and then bounce it to the right. And the Titans coverage did a tremendous job of just beating the bounce in the middle.
Washington in the first half, 19 total plays. A couple of them were fumbled snaps, so really only 17 plays. They begin at their own 17, 1st and 10. Carson Wentz. Wentz with a play fake, looking left, throwing deep down the middle, and the pass is caught. Right at midfield, McLaurin makes the catch for a gain of 30-plus. Byard on the tackle.
Play action. It wasn't quite a transcontinental. It was more like a deep dig. He hit it.
Tard has gone out of the game with a shoulder injury, we're told. So the Titans having to sub in the defensive line. Ball at midfield. Titans lead 14-10. Play made 33 yards. Robinson back in at running back. Multiple tight ends to the left. Single receiver McLaurin to the right. Play fake. Pumping. Wentz pulls it down and will run it up the middle for 5 yards. He wanted a quick screen, but he saw that it wasn't going to work and that he was in bad trouble. So as agile as he is at 6'5", 237, Wentz ran for 5 and Simmons tackled it.
Now you called it 1,000% correctly. That wasn't there, the quick screen that he wanted, and he had no outlet. That's why he did what he did, running back up the middle.
Well, many wonder why Wentz has gotten multiple chances. It's because he is a fabulous athlete.
He really is. I mean, once he got over those lower body injuries.
Samuel and Robinson in the backfield with Wentz in the shotgun on 2nd and 5. You're going to give it to Robinson at left guard. He will move the pile for a gain of 1. Strong with the tackle. It brings up 3rd down and 4. And as Red Bryant just told you, Washington 0 for 4 on 3rd downs. They'll come with McKissick, who's a good pass catcher, and Cole Turner, a rookie tight end, who is basically, at this point in his career, a giant wide receiver. He's out of Nevada. He's a converted quarterback. So he's just learning to play the tight end position. On 3rd down and 4 at the Titans 44. Wentz takes the snap, looks left, looking, throwing downfield too high and incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Turner, but he threw it over his head, and so Way is going to come in to punt it away.
Titans played what we call a buzz coverage. They buzzed a man that was on the line of scrimmage out underneath that out. That's what caused him to throw it high, and it also caused him to double pump it, Mike.
Nate Katzer is the special teams coach here in Washington. He was with us for several years with the Titans. He loves a fake, so you have to be very careful in situations such as this. Way punts an end-over-ender away from Woods. Well struck and will go out of bounds inside the 10, maybe even inside the 5. We'll see where they spot it. 4-yard line. Great punt. Tress Way, and the Titans' first possession of the second half, they'll start backed up. Tannehill and the Titans will start at their own 4-yard line. Tannehill in the first half, 9 of 15, 94 yards, a touchdown, sacked 3 times. Derrick Henry, 18 rushes, 83 yards, and a touchdown. So the Titans moving right to left on your radio dial, 96 yards from the end zone. And a chance to extend this lead. 12:34 remaining third quarter. Titans 14, Commanders 10. Tannehill under center. Henry 7 yards deep. Standing in the end zone. Tannehill gives Henry at right guard, and he is pushing that pile out beyond the 5 to maybe the 6. Not a lot there. Tackle going to be credited to Ridgeway.
Now Jack Del Rio playing his linebackers very, very tight then, anticipating the run, moved them up in their depth. Let's see what he does here on 2nd down.
Ball at the 6, 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Westbrook Akine wide left, Woods wide to the right. Tannehill drops to throw, looks right, throws right, complete. No, Woods dropped it. He dropped it. St. Just was defending. That's a ball Robert Woods has got to catch.
Got to catch it. Hit him right in the hands.
It's a first down.
That's a first down, and you're out of problems. That's a smooth drop right then.
He is not, as you can probably tell, someone I would expect to drop a pass in that situation.
That was a perfect throw, too.
But it happened.
It did.
3rd down and 8 at the 6. Hilliard in the backfield with Tannehill. 2 receivers either side. Tannehill dropping, screens it to Hilliard. That's going absolutely nowhere. He is stopped inside the 5 by Allen. They were reading screen all the way. Curl also in on the play. So the youngster, Stonehouse, is going to be 9 3/4 yards deep in the end zone to take this snap and deliver a punt.
Again, when we can't, just got to say what happened. That was a very significant drop by Woods.
Milne standing at his own 42. Stonehouse had a 66-yard punt in the first half. Snap is good. Stonehouse's punt is away. Not hit as well as normal. Milne comes right, fields it at midfield into Titans territory, and Hollister will lead the charge to get him on the ground at about the 45 of the Titans. The drop significant, and the Commanders have the ball in Titans territory to begin their second possession of the second half, trailing 14-10. Tressway's outstanding punt pens the Titans. Tennessee goes 3 and out, and now Washington gets it back at the Titans 46. See if Wentz has a deep shot in him here. McLaurin wide right. Samuel wide left. Two tight ends now motion to the left. By the way, Tart back in the game in the defensive line. They give it to Robinson, and Robinson is met by Tart and taken down for no gain. David Long also in on it.
Glad Tart came back in the game. Nice play.
2nd and 10. It comes Brown in as the wide receiver.
Actually, this is a perfect spot on the field for another shot, Mike. I think you looked into that pretty clearly, and we're going to see one this series.
Tennessee 14, Washington 10. 10.5 minutes to go in the third. Give it to Robinson. He's trying to bounce it outside to the left. Turns past the 45, and he's taken down at the 41-yard line. Kalu and Byard combine on the tackle. It's 3rd down and 5. Autry stopped it up and forced him to bounce left, and the Titans defended it pretty well.
Very well. He started bouncing. You're exactly right. That wasn't a jump cut. That was more of a bounce.
See if the Titans can get some pressure on Wentz. They have not been able to get much. McKissick in the backfield with him on Wentz's right hip. Samuel motions right. Wentz takes the snap. Fires over the middle. Ball may have been tipped. It's incomplete. Now 4th and 4 at the Titans 40. And Washington is going to go for it. Simmons is the man who tipped it on 4th and 4 at the 40. Washington this year is 1 of 6 on 4th downs. And I think Wentz takes the snap. Fires over the middle. Ball may have been tipped. It's incomplete. Now 4th and 4 at the Titans 40, and Washington is going to go for it. Simmons is the man who tipped it on 4th and 4 at the 40. Washington this year is 1 of 6 on 4th downs. And I think it's Autry who tried to make it to the sidelines and collapsed right before he got to the bench. And so the training staff working with him over there. Going to be 4th and 4 with 9:32 to go at the Titans' 40-yard line. Would this be a place to go deep?
Well, it would go deep if they've got one-on-one. I mean, that's the place. I'm trying to decipher that last throw because when you looked at it, the routes that they were trying to run, he was trying to run a short dagger, which is a dig across the middle with some clear outs on the other side.
Simmons got his hands on it. Be a big lift for the Titans, leading 14-10 if they could get off the field here.
Yes, sir.
This year, opponents are 6 of 7 against the Titans on 4th downs. So something has to give. Either Washington improves their poor 3rd down offense, or the Titans improve their poor 4th down defense.
I just assume the Titans win this one.
Okay. I think the majority of people listening to us would agree.
Yeah, so I mean, this is an important play. Autry's finally off the field, so here we go, Mike.
Titans going 6 defensive backs. Bunch set of 3 receivers to the right. Wentz in the shotgun with McKissick joining him. Wentz looking, firing downfield, ball tipped, incomplete. Weaver had backed into coverage and got the big paw up to bat it away. The ball goes over on downs, and the Titans, leading 14-10 in the third, will take over on their own 40.
All 4 downs, all 4 quarters. The Titans action continues next.
Alabama. He's done it ever since he's been in this league. He is a major, major factor in that center guard triangle.
He is a massive dude.
Ooh.
13th overall pick in 2018. 2nd and 14. Tannehill takes the snap. Looking, in trouble, and he will be sacked. Slung down by Obata at the 35-yard line for a loss of 2. It'll bring up 3rd down and 16.
Yeah, he had no clearance, nowhere to throw it. You cannot hold it that long. The timing just doesn't work against this type of rush.
So 3rd down and 16 as the Titans have gone backwards on 2 plays. Well, that thing was collapsing fast. Hilliard in the backfield with Tannehill on his left hip. Tannehill under pressure again. Gets away from one man and throws it away over the head of Hooper. Allen had beaten his man so badly off the snap that Tannehill just had to run to his right and unload.
Yeah, he had no chance then, as you said. I mean, Allen was so fast around the person trying to block him that Tannehill was immediately off his spot.
Titans having their troubles in the second half offensively again. Stonehouse to punt on 4th and 16. It's a high knuckler. Milne fields it at the 14, is trapped, goes right, and is run out of bounds by Rader at the 20. That's 3 special teams tackles on the day by Rader. As we pause 10 seconds from FedEx Field for station identification. This is Titans Radio. Titans having to make changes on defense with some injuries. Sam Okawanu, recently called up from the practice squad, wearing number 59, has checked in at left defensive end. They want to see this guy. He is out of Maryland, a crazy talent at 6'1", about 275, 280. He's a powerful guy. And with Danico Autry out of there, they got to get more people in. At the 20, the Commanders on 1st down. Play fake. Wentz fires short across the middle. It's Gibson, 25-30, and he's tackled at the 35 by Byard with help from Long. Gain of 15.
Yeah, that was jet motion, and they faked the screen, and then they just said that was a run-through check down.
Amy Wells, Pinnacle Sideline Report, an update on Danico Autry.
Mike, officially, Danico Autry has a back injury and is questionable to return.
He was in the tent, right?
Correct. He was in the tent. He is now out of it. Hopefully that's a good sign.
Okay. At the 35-yard line. Play fake. Wentz throws short again. Got it complete. This is Gibson. He's outside the 40 and is tackled at the 44-yard line by Long. Appears to be just a little short of the 1st down. It's 2nd down and probably about a half yard.
Again, that's a check down, but the check down is the primary receiver on those last 2 plays, Mike.
Washington gets on the ball fast. They're going to run Gibson to the right. He has the 1st down to the 47-yard line. Tackle made by Long. 6:33 to go in the 3rd. Titans 14, Commanders 10. But Washington on the move, and Tennessee having a very hard time moving the football in the second half again. 3 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right, Bates the tight end. Robinson is now in the game at running back. Wentz looking left, comes back to the middle, fires right side. Got it to Bates, the big tight end. Inside the Titans 35 he goes, and is tackled by Byard at the 32.
Again, that was a look-off, but that's a primary. Just like those 2 check downs over the middle were primaries, that was a look-off primary to the single receiver tight end that was split out to the defensive left.
Scott Turner, the offensive coordinator, now taking what the Titans are giving him.
Absolutely, and what he's trying to do off of that is he hasn't been very successful. He's been successful with the deep shots, but not much else. Now he's found something.
McLaurin wide to the right. Two receivers to the left. Going to give it to Robinson running right. He's down to the 30-yard line where Long will make another tackle. Second down. We'll call it 7. Here comes Gibson checking back in. Is they're going to stay with 3 receivers and a tight end. And again, you're going all 3 receivers to the left. This is the tight end, Turner, to the right. On 2nd and 7 at the Titan 30. Washington trailing by 4. They've had a nice drive to this point.
This is a check here, Mike. He checked to this.
Wentz goes deep left side. Trying to beat McCrary. Brown caught it for a touchdown. So Brown has a second touchdown catch as they went deep. McCrary appeared to have good coverage, but the throw was absolutely perfect.
The throw was perfect, and as I told you, they checked to that play. You could see him checking to that play. As soon as he had the man coverage, he checked to that play.
Here comes Sly on for the extra point. Trying to make it a 3-point game with 4:36 to go in the third. Out of the hold of Tressway, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Washington 17, Tennessee 14. 4:36 remaining in the third. 6 plays, 80 yards, 3:14 off the clock. And so the Commanders have regained the lead, which they took at one point 10-7 in the second quarter. The Titans led until just a moment ago 14-10 after scoring with 17 seconds remaining.
Yeah, well,
in the first half.
Yeah, that drive right there. You know, they were working zone coverage. Then they got man coverage. Checked to that route, but the throw had to be perfect, and it was.
De'Ami Brown, 2 catches, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns.
That's explosive.
Washington has had them in this game. 5 plays of 20 yards or more. Haskins is deep, and now the Titans have to figure out some offense. It was okay when you were ahead, now you're behind. Kick comes downfield. Haskins is going to let it go through the end zone for a touchback. Ryan Tannehill, 10 of 18 for 92 yards. He's been sacked 4 times. And quite frankly, he hasn't had much time all day long. Also, Robert Woods with a really tough drop earlier in the half. And so many of the problems that we have seen in second halves have reared their ugly head so far. Sacks, drop passes. What did Mike Vrabel say? We have to fight for first downs to begin drives, and this is that moment.
Gain traction.
Washington with 9 in the box, expecting a Derrick Henry run to begin this sequence. Titans run Henry to the right. Penalty marker comes in from way behind the play as Henry picks up a couple. How in the world could you see that from on the far side of the field, whatever it is he saw?
He dropped it again, didn't he?
There is no foul for an illegal crackback block. Second down.
They need to tell this clown over here on this sideline to quit throwing flags to clear across the field.
Well, he's been involved. Dominique Pender, the side judge.
Yeah, Dominique's a clown.
Second down and 8 at the 27. Play fake. Tannehill rolling to the right, looking, pumping, throwing deep downfield. Going to give Westbrook-Akina a shot at it. He got it! Westbrook-Akina with the catch at the 11-yard line over McCain. What a play by Nick Westbrook Akine to find the ball and win the battle.
Yeah, what a play by Ryan Tannehill, too. Tremendous job by Ryan Tannehill staying alive. That was a really athletic play by him and a very, very aware play by him, too.
Well, something had to happen. The Titans have entered the Pinnacle scoring zone. For more on Titans banking from Pinnacle, visit titansbanking.com. They put the ball officially on the 12-yard line. Tannehill looking, throwing, catching. Akakwo, did he get him down? Let's wait. Let's see. No, they say he did not get his feet down. Here comes Pender in to discuss it. Did he get the feet down and hold the ball? We could not tell about the ball because he fell out of bounds. Would love to see a replay of that.
Now, this television we got here is horrible. About like the side judge.
Mike Vrabel is asking for the play clock to be reset, which it is. He'd like another look at that as well. Titans come to the line. They're going to run a play. He is not going to throw the challenge flag. 2nd and 10 at the 12. Penalty marker down.
False start. Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Get Ravens, who's getting the start at right guard for the first time in his career. 4th penalty of the game. Would love to have seen a replay of that. Could have been his hand touchdown before his knee did.
That's what it was, Mike. Good call by you.
2nd and 15 at the 17. Phillips in the backfield with Tannehill. Tannehill looking, throwing, completing it to Woods, who spins down to the 1-yard line, but they'll say he was touched on the 4. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 at the 4.
A shallow cross right then. Tannehill hanging in that cylinder as long as he could and put the ball only where Woods could get it.
Titans have been outstanding in the red zone recently. They have found ways to score touchdowns. This year, 11 red zone possessions where they have scored a touchdown on 12 trips. Washington with a 5-man front. Tannehill steps back. I think he's going to ask for a timeout. Are they going to call delay of game?
Delay of game.
They are.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
He did not have what he wanted, Coach. And so Tannehill, I thought, was going to call a timeout, but he doesn't want to use one with 2:34 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Mike, you made a very, very relevant point at the first of this when you were discussing these officiating crews. Most delay of games called.
3rd down and 7 at the 9. 3 receivers to the left. Tannehill looking, firing, completing it to Hooper, who is down just outside the 2. Does he have a first down? The chains are on our side, and one of the officials is waving that it is a first down. Let's see if that's correct. It is indeed a first down.
Oh, how big, how big, how big.
Hooper had to get to the 2. That's where he got. First catch of the game for Hooper. Tannehill motions right. Henry in the king cat. Takes the snap. Running to the right. Turning inside. Driving his way toward the goal line. And he is down inside the 1. 1:23 to go in the quarter. Holcomb with another tackle for Washington. Titans get on the ball. Tannehill under center. Tannehill gives Henry diving, stretching the ball. Touchdown, Titans! Henry broke the plane by stretching the football, and Tennessee has surged back in front.
Give it to the big back. Give it to the big back.
Interesting thing about that is both officials, the one on the far side and the near side, immediately ran in to signal touchdown.
They absolutely did, Mike.
And it has already been signaled from New York. It is a score. Here's Bullock for a very important point. Snap, set, kick, good! Titans 21, Commanders 17. 103 remaining in the third as we play at FedEx Field. 7 plays, 75 yards, 3:33 off the clock. That is your Nissan Drive Summary. Nissan, official auto partner of the Tennessee Titans. That is the answer they needed. Only the second half touchdown of the year.
You called it. You called it when that drive started. You said this is a time where they needed it. You're 100% correct. They overcame some of their own self-inflicted wounds in that drive, but the end story is touchdown, Titans.
Westbrook-Akine with a 61-yard catch, and then a wise decision by Tannehill when he didn't have it on 3rd and 2 at the 4 to take the delay of game.
Take the delay of game, save the timeout, and then plus get the first down. I mean, that was very well done after the explosive play.
Milne is deep. Tannehill is battling today, Coach.
Tannehill is doing everything that he can. Everything. And more.
Bullock's kick comes downfield. Milne at the 11. The 15 to the 20 to the 24, and he gets lit up at that point by Cole with 58 seconds to go in the third. So Washington has to be stunned. They had taken the lead back at 17-14. They had the Titans in almost a desperation situation. Tannehill, under all kinds of heat, threw it as far as he could, and Westbrook-Akine with the longest catch of his career.
Play some defense now.
Titans need a big play on defense. Haven't had one all day. Wentz firing, completing it for just a gain of 1 as Byard makes the tackle on McLaurin. Nice play by Byard.
A great play. Great play coming out, dropping out of the sky. Had his eye on him all the way. That's why he's the type of player that he is. It's a big-time NFL safety play.
He's nearly had a couple of big plays on a couple of the deeper throws. Maybe he's close. Titans staying in 5 defensive backs. By the way, Danico Autry back in the game for the Titans. Very good news. Play fake. Wentz. Penalty marker down as Wentz steps up, flips it ahead to Gibson, who catches it at the 32, and he's tackled by Byard. Tier Tart says, I was being held. Let's see if he's right.
Holding. Offense, number 68. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
That's Norwell, the former Jaguar. And that's going to move the football back to the 15-yard line. We'll make it 2nd down and 19 as the third quarter comes to a close. It's a battle at FedEx Field. Titans 21, Commanders 17 after 3.
Only 1 quarter left in this one. Time to check more scores with an update.
Houston and Jacksonville in the 4th quarter. Not a lot of points in this one, tied up at 6. Earlier today, the Giants improved to 4-1, a 27-22 win over the Packers at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. The rout is on in Buffalo. Bills all over the Steelers, 31-3. Minnesota leads Chicago 21-19. The Patriots shutting out the Lions 26-0 with Bailey Zappi in at quarterback. It's New Orleans 24, Seattle 19. Miami scored 17 straight. They trail the Jets 19-17. Tampa up 21-0 over Atlanta, and the Browns lead the Chargers 28-27.
Here it's 21-17, the Titans, as Washington will have the football Second down and 18 at their own 15 as we begin play in the fourth quarter. Titans with 229 yards of total offense. Washington 291. Washington's rushed for 30, thrown for 261. The Titans have rushed for 85, have thrown for 144. Derrick Henry, 23 carries, 85 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ryan Tannehill, 13 of 22, 173 and a score. Wentz in the shotgun. Play fake. Throw a quick screen to McLaurin. McLaurin is going to be taken down by several Titan defenders as he picks up 5 yards. Fulton leading the charge with Long also there. Kalu coming up as well. And it'll bring up third down and 13.
Yeah, this down right here, again, you know, they throw that flash screen out there. They're trying to get you stretched a little bit horizontally. I'd watch the middle of the football field here, Coach.
Washington 0 of 6 on third downs. Titans with 6 defensive backs. Wentz dropping, feeling some heat. Big chase. Sacked! Denico Autry, $100 for Second Harvest Food Bank from Kroger. Through its Zero Hunger, Zero Waste plan, Kroger is committed to ending hunger in our community.
He ran right over the top of number 68. That was a great job by Denico. That's big. You said we needed something big there. Denico just gave it to us.
4th and 22 at the 11. Way to punt to Woods. Snap is good. Left footer gets it away. Woods asking for and making the fair catch right at the midfield stripe. That's where the Titans will go on offense. 1st and 10. 13:35 remains in this game at FedEx Field. Your score, Tennessee 21, Washington 17.
Don't go anywhere. Your Titans line up for another play very shortly.
In second halves of games this year, Derrick Henry has carried 36 times for 79 yards. In the second half of this game, 5 carries for 2 yards. You cannot think it's going to continue like that forever.
No.
Titans start at the 50, leading 21-17. Tannehill drops, fires, got it complete. Woods makes the catch in Washington territory and is taken down immediately by Fuller. It's a short gain. I think they're going to give him 4 yards. Maybe just 3. 2nd and 7. Go toss right away. Henry coming around the right end to the 45. And Henry is thrown out of bounds inside the 45-yard line by Holcomb. It'll be a third down upcoming and 2 yards to go as they give Henry 5 yards. Holcomb very nearly a horse collar there.
That was very close. That's what I was trying to look at. This replay screen's not good, but anyway, they didn't call it.
We've actually got a black and white monitor up here, which I hadn't seen in years. We had those in the 70s. Tannehill on third down and 2. In the gun. Takes the snap. Tannehill looking, throwing, incomplete, intended for Woods. Led him a little too far. Davis was the defender. Titans are going to go for it. On 4th and 2.
They had double crossers there. You called it exactly right. He led him just a tad bit too far. Led him into the guy that passed the zone off to the other side.
Here comes Henry. Titans get on the ball. Henry is on the right hip of Tannehill. It's 4th down and 2 at the 42. Henry goes bowling forward at right guard. That is a first down. Tackled by Smith-Williams, but the chains move, and the Titans leading by 4 keep possession of the football.
Inside zone out of an offset back. He just stuck his foot in the ground and went. Good job on the right side.
Yeah, it appeared as though Radin's got his man pretty well as well.
I was going to say, nice job by that right side, Radin's.
It bashed him in.
Yes, it did.
Gain of 4 on 4th and 2. Henry knocking on the door of his 30th 100-yard game. Henry looking for room up the middle. Is to the 34-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. Tackle made by Holcomb.
From our vantage point in this booth, you could see what he was looking at. He saw the hole over there. That's why he stuck his left foot in the ground and did that spin move to try to hit it. But it closed pretty quickly from his right side.
By the way, 13 tackles for Holcomb in this game. Fourth-year man out of North Carolina. 2nd and 6 at the 34. Carter comes out of the fullback position, goes wide to the right. Henry looking for some room, doesn't find any. Is taken down for about a half-yard loss by Holcomb again.
Yeah, Holcomb is just reading it. I mean, he's coming downhill so fast.
3rd down and 6 for the Titans. They might have 2 downs to make this one too, Coach.
I would agree with you.
Hilliard is in on the left hip of Tannehill. Now Hilliard goes wide to the left, right behind Westbrook-Akine. Tannehill with pressure coming. Flushed out to his right, is going to be slung down for a loss back to the 46-yard line. And it's Smith-Williams with a big quarterback sack. A loss of nearly 20 yards on the play.
Now that takes the option of going for it on 4th down out of it.
It sure does. Now Stonehouse is in to punt. See if he has improved on his ability to do the end-over-end kick and pin them deep. On 4th and 22, back at midfield. Snap is good. Punt is away. Doesn't hit it great, but it's going to get out of bounds where? I've got to see. They're going to mark it outside the 10. They did pretty well. It ends up being closer. It looked like it came off to the left. It's almost that directional kick that Hendrick and Kern used to master, and the kid gets it out of bounds at the 10.
Yeah, that's
well
good.
done with 9:53 to go.
Very well done.
Washington trailing 21-17, 9:53 remaining in the game. Will begin at their own 10-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Remind you, tomorrow night, 6 Central on these Titans radio stations. You'll hear the Mike Vrabel Show. Your chance to call in and talk to the coach on the Mike Vrabel Show. Coming up tomorrow night, 6 Central. Wentz starts under center with Robinson as his standing tailback. Robinson coming to the left. He is met by Fulton. Schobert is also there, and it is a very short gain. It'll be 2nd down and long as a Titan is down, and I think it is Fulton. He gets to his feet and is able to show stability. Now, this is going to be a factor with the new concussion protocol that goes into effect today, as Fulton is going to take a knee and they're going to take his time. What they have put in, the NFL and the Players Union has agreed that any signs of ataxia, any signs of instability at all, confusion in speech, any part of it, if you exhibit it at all in the first moments, you are not allowed to return to the game. It's not just about evaluation. It's, do you exhibit any of those signs in the first moments? I don't know that I fully...
You explained it perfectly.
Well, to the medical professionals, they probably think, well, there's a lot more to it than that. And there is. But for the purpose of just radio, the gist of it is, before, you would be able to go out if you returned to normal and you bounced back immediately, then you could theoretically return to the game. Now, you cannot if you exhibit signs. So he will be checked out. And Amy Wells will certainly be checking on his status. Amy and I were doing some work on this yesterday to go over what the language is, because you knew one of these situations would come up.
Absolutely, and it all stems from the Tua head injury.
And what they determined about that was that the procedure was not followed inappropriately. The procedure needed to go further in protection of the players, And that's why the change, if anything is witnessed in terms of a symptom, you're done. You are not going back in the football game.
Yeah, and that explains it very, very well, because that was just implemented this week.
They agreed to the terminology yesterday. So Fulton is out, and we'll see what's going on. McCrary goes to a corner. The other corner is Mitchell. Farley, beaten for a touchdown early in the game, has not returned at the corner position. This is 2nd down and 9 at the 11. 9:28 to go. Wentz pumping, throwing deep downfield, carrying his receiver out of bounds. He did catch it, but out of bounds. There is a marker down. Are they calling it on Simmons?
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 98, 50-yard penalty with an automatic first down.
Simmons can't believe it. He cannot believe it. And Washington is going to pick up a first down here to the 26-yard line. Trailing by 4 with 9:20 to go. Really? Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Wow, wow. Left guard moves, penalty markers down.
False start. Offense number 68, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That's Norwell, who's had a heck of a day dealing with Tart. And he was trying to get an early start on it. Move it back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 at the 21. Titans defense has fought hard today. They've had some good stops, but they've just not made the big play yet. And they're looking for one. In particular, a takeaway in a game they lead by 4. Wentz. Sacked! Simmons and Weaver are there together. And who else was making a move was Okawanu, the rookie. Sam Okawanu.
He was in there, Mike.
What we know, we'll see who gets the credit. It's a Kroger sack for cash, meaning $100 to Second Harvest Food Bank. And now it's 2nd and 23 at the 13. I think they're going to credit it to Big Jeff. Wentz with a quick count. Going to screen it on the right side to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. And tackle just outside the 25 at the 27 is going to be McKissick. It'll bring up 3rd down and much more reasonable. McCrary made the tackle.
You know, he had a chance to get a tackle back there earlier and took a bad angle on him.
Still 3rd and 9. Washington 0 of 7 on 3rd downs. Farley has checked back in as a wide receiver or as a corner to the right on McLaren. Wentz dropping, under pressure, throwing, got it complete to McKissick. McCrary is there to get him down at the 30. And the Titans defense has forced the Redskins to 0 of 8 on 3rd down. Here comes Tress Way midway through the 4th quarter in a game the Titans continue to lead 21-17.
That was quite a turn of events back there, backed up. There was a lot of things happened then. Best thing that happens is they're punting again deep in their territory.
Way kicks it to Woods. Robert Woods fields it on the ground at the 25-yard line with Holmes coming down fast. 7:08 remaining in this game. The Titans going back on offense. Ryan Tannehill, sacked 7 times in the first 4 games, has been sacked 5 times today. He has been under the gun. Derrick Henry, 27 carries, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tannehill 14 of 24, 176. Two tight ends to the right, receiver either side. And it looked like a Titan may have moved.
False start. Offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
They get Petit freer again. He's had problems with that.
Yes, he has. You gotta just maintain the composure in there.
He has been jumpy. Titans, 7 penalties, 55 yards. Washington, 7 penalties, 56 yards. First and 15. 8 in the box for Washington. Yeah, Henry on the left side pulls his way to the 23-yard line. Should put him over 100 on his 28th carry as Payne makes the tackle. Be his 30th career 100-yard game, counting the postseason.
Yeah, that was a pretty hard 3 yards there.
Second down and 12. Titans in an eye. 2 receivers to the right as Woods joins Westbrook Akine on that side. Play fake. Tannehill rolling to his right, being chased, throwing complete to Swain. Swain catches it at the 29-yard line and is tackled by McCain immediately. Only going to give him the 28. No, now they're going to move it back to the 29. We'll get it right sometime, folks.
Well, they're having a hard time. They need to be wired into us so we can tell them where to spot it.
Third down and 6. Titans are 4 of 13 on third downs. And man for a conversion here with 5:53 to go, leading by 4. If you got to play, how about now? Tannehill sprinting out to the right, looking, running, and he just gets clobbered. Holcomb hits him at the 30. That wasn't it.
That wasn't the play.
Here comes Stonehouse to punt again. Deep is Milne with 5:20 and counting. Titans 21, Commanders 17. On 4th down and 5. Morgan Cox, the veteran, to snap it. Stonehouse has the snap. Punt is away. Low line driver. Going to bounce. And it'll be a great hop for the Titans as Lonnie Johnson gets in front of the returner, Milne. And then the Titans are able to down it with Johnson finally picking it up at about the 10-yard line.
Well, that's a big switch. That's a big switch on not a good hit. That was not a good hit, but it had the bounce to it. And the returner got away from it.
In golf, you call that a good miss.
That's a good miss. He's exactly right.
Well, Lonnie Johnson with a veteran play because he ran right at Milne, and he said, if you're thinking about picking that up, I'm going to whack you one.
And that's what caused the returner to start moving away from it.
Well, that'll do it. No one enjoys that.
That'll do it.
1st and 10 at the 11. I mean, I know. Fulton is back in the game, by the way. That is good news. Wentz to throw it. Under pressure, dumps it short, got it complete. That's Gibson, who dances out to the 20-yard line and is tackled by Long. It's a gain of 9 with 4:33 remaining in the game.
Another check down. That was not his first read then.
2nd down and 1 for Wentz. Wentz nearing 300 yards passing. Changing the play at the line with 4:09 remaining. Titans lead 21-17. Wentz play fake, pumping, looking deep, instead throwing short, and it's dropped. Gibson drops it, and so it's 3rd down and 1.
And he wanted to throw the fake bang 8 over here. He wanted to go deep over here to the left side, Mike, off that pump.
Here comes Robinson. Also into the game, another receiver. It's Cam Sims, a fifth-year man out of Alabama. Probably more of a blocker. They'll see if they can pick up this first down. Titans must respect the pass.
Ready.
On 3rd and 1. Play fake, Wentz looking, throwing downfield, and it is caught by Sims. Is he inbounds? No. He landed out of bounds. The big wide receiver, he was juggling it, and he landed out of bounds. No catch. On the bounce, it appeared as though he juggled, and in doing so, an official right on top of it. He hit the ground. See if Ron Rivera is going to challenge it on 4th and 1. Did the ball hit the ground? Rivera's going to challenge. Did the ball hit the ground as part of him controlling it? It can, but if the ground helps you with the catch, if the ball moves when it hits the ground, that's going to be an incomplete pass.
It's going to be very interesting, this interpretation from New York.
And were his hands out of bounds before his knees were down also? So they're going to look at it. And this official review brought to you by Hughes and Coleman. Injured in a car wreck? Call Hughes and Coleman Injury Lawyers for a free case evaluation at 800-840-600. For a chance to win 2 club-level tickets to the next Titans home game, go to titans.hughesandcoleman.com. Now, here's an interesting thing. Let's say they lose the challenge. They lose a timeout.
Yes.
Does that make Riverboat Ron have to go for it here?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. You're thinking 100% correctly.
So Sims appeared to have his arms around it, and then he's corralling it, but not till he's out of bounds. Now, if the officials in New York think he had enough control, they'll reverse it. The call on the field is an incomplete pass.
Correct.
Great effort by Cam Sims, though. Here's Laird Clark.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. Incomplete pass, 4th down.
So it's 4th down. And now Washington, with 3:53 to go, is charged a timeout. And so on 4th and 1 at the 20, with just 2 timeouts, down 4, they're going to feel like they have to go for it. If they were down 3, it would be one thing. But down 4, they need a touchdown. We'll see if they try to draw the Titans here. 4th and 1 at their own 20. Offset eye to the right. Wentz going to hand it to the up back. I don't know. Looks like he got about 1.5 yards and will have it. I think it's a first down. We didn't get a lot. Titans stacked it up pretty well. But Robinson gets the first down. Clock running, 3:28 to go. Titans 28, Washington, Titans 21, Washington 17. Let's get it right. Wentz gets a bad snap, picks it up, has time, throws short, got it complete, and making the catch is Bates. Bates will be tackled at the 31-yard line, hit first by Fulton, finished up by Long.
That's another low snap, too.
They will pull it back a little bit.
Yeah.
It's 2nd down and 1. Under 3 minutes now. Wentz going to hand it off. Washington will have the first down. And running it up in there and picking up the first down again is Robinson. They'll move the chains with 2:40 remaining. Walker with the tackle. Wentz has 3 receivers to the right. Takes the snap. Looks right, fires right. Pass is caught at the 40-yard line. Sims makes the catch. Touchdown by Mitchell. It's going to be 2nd down and 1 with 2:10 remaining. Wentz going to try to get one more play. 2:05 and counting. Wentz dropping, looking, firing, got it to Samuel, and he's tackled at the 47 by Long with a first down as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 1:58 remaining in this game. Washington at their own 48-yard line with a first down, trailing 21-17. Carson Wentz, 19 of 29 for 316, his 24th career 300-yard passing game. He has his team at the 48-yard line of Washington, trailing by 4 with 1:58 to go. Wentz drops, looks, fires, got it complete into Titans territory. Making the catch is McKissick. Adams with the tackle. Gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Now counting with 1:42 to go. Washington has 2 timeouts. The Titans with 3. Wentz feels the pocket collapsing. In trouble. Gets away. He'll run. Wentz is going to get down to the Titans' 40-yard line and pick up a first down. Mitchell makes the tackle there with 1:20 to go. Clock counting. Nice job by Wentz to escape. Looked like he was going to be sacked momentarily.
Yep.
Wentz in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks, pumps, fires over the middle, pass is incomplete, and a penalty marker is thrown at the quarterback as Jeffrey Simmons' helmet was ripped off. Intended for Turner, pass incomplete. Long defending with 1:02 to go.
Illegal hands to the face. Offense number 60. 10-yard penalty. You play first down.
That's why his helmet was off.
That'll do it. The ball be placed at midfield with 62 seconds remaining. It's 1st and 20. It's a 21-17 lead for the Titans, so Washington needs a touchdown. They've actually moved the ball back to the 45, so I don't know. Now they've reset it. Here we go. So the ball is at the 49 of the Titans. 1st and 20. Wentz fading, firing right side, completing it. It's to Bates, the tight end, who makes the catch at the Titans' 34-yard line. Let me correct myself. The Titans' 39-yard line. So they get the 10 back, and it's 2nd down. And that play took just a couple seconds, so exactly a minute remaining. If you're coaching defense for the Titans, what are you talking about right now, Dave?
Well, you're talking about you want to keep them in bounds. But the other thing you can't do, Mike, is go for any kind of double move.
Samuel going to the right, in motion. 2 receivers either way. Wentz takes the snap, looking, fires to McLaurin, and he gets away from Fulton and is going to run out of bounds with his first down, apparently at the 29-yard line. Fulton just flipped right off his back. And that is a first down for Washington with 53 seconds to go.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I say. You got to tackle him in bounds.
Well, if you tackle him immediately, it's a very short gain, and they've probably got to use a timeout. 1st and 10. Washington overcomes the penalty. Titans trying to hang on. Looking for one big play to end it. Pauling hits Samuel, and I think they're going to call that an illegal snap.
False start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So they get Lucas for jumping. It'll be 1st and 15. Back at the 34. Doesn't cost them anything time-wise.
No.
Not terribly significant yardage-wise either. You got 4 downs here anyway. Washington has outgained Tennessee 367 to 239. 3 receivers to the left. Wentz looks that way, fires that way, got it complete. It's a very short gain. Mitchell makes the tackle on Samuel. That should keep the clock running, and it does with 40 seconds to go. Mitchell made the contact inbounds. Washington wasting time, and now they'll finally ask for a timeout. Good job by Mitchell, and he knew the rule immediately. Mitchell, a veteran, 9th-year man out of Oregon, saying, hey,
run the clock.
Run the clock. We pause 10 seconds for station identification. Run the clock. This is the NFL. This is Titans Radio.
This is your official home for Titans football.
Touchdown, Titans!
WGFX FM Gallatin, Nashville. 104.5 The Zone.
1 yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 14. Washington with 1 timeout. Could hear some of the conversation there. Someone on the sideline saying something to the effect of, throw the ball up, he'll go get it. So do they take a shot right here?
Well, I mean, that absolutely is in play here. It's been in play all afternoon.
Mario Edwards, Danico Autry, Jeffrey Simmons, and Rashad Weaver, the 4 men set to rush for the Titans. Wentz dropping, looking, pitching it forward to McKissick. McKissick to the 30, to the 25, to the 24. It's going to bring up 3rd down, and Washington will use their final timeout. 3rd down and 5. Good job by the Titans rallying to the ball. Simmons in on the tackle with 28 seconds remaining. Weaver was going to sack him, but the athletic Wentz made a great play.
He flipped it.
To just flip it forward, which you absolutely can do. Wentz now 24 of 30 for 351, 2 touchdowns. But they are 0 of 9 on 3rd downs. 21-17. Tennessee leads Washington. Ball at the 24-yard line of the Titans. Titans trying to find a way to hang on.
Find a way. Find a way, Titans.
6 defensive backs, 4 defensive linemen. The only linebacker is Long. McKissick in the backfield with Wentz. Samuel motions right to join Bates, the tight end. Wentz firing. He's got it complete. And it should be enough for a 1st down. See where they set it down. They put it at the 16-yard line. Samuel with the catch, Mitchell with the tackle, and Washington has a 1st down with 24 seconds to go. They finally convert a 3rd down.
Yep.
Vrabel signaling he wants his safeties back a little bit here. See what he's got. Washington out of timeouts with 24 seconds remaining. Wentz looking, firing toward the end zone, incomplete. And there is a flag thrown at the 2-yard line on Fulton.
Pass interference. Defense number 26. Ball replaced at the start of the foul with an automatic 1st down.
Automatic 1st down. They'll put the ball at the 2-yard line with 19 seconds remaining. They were trying to go to McLaurin. Didn't look like the ball was catchable.
No, it was not.
And yet, they called pass interference with 19 seconds to go. Washington, 3 receivers to the right. Mike Vrabel takes a timeout. If you're Mike Vrabel and you're Shane Bowen right now, What are you talking about with your defenders?
Well, the first thing you do, Mike, they've still got the ability here. They don't have any timeouts left, but they still got the ability here to throw it in the middle of the field and outside. Here's what you've got to tell them. They're going to play man and go after it. Now you've lost the opportunity to lay back like you were talking about 2 plays ago.
Washington with an outstanding drive that actually began with 4:46 remaining in the game. 15 plays, 87 yards so far. They're at the Titans' 2-yard line. 1st and goal, 19 seconds to go.
This is a bunch play. Here it is, a pick.
Wentz looking, firing it to the back of the end zone, and it's intercepted out of bounds by Fulton. Intercepted out of bounds as Wentz was throwing it away with 13 seconds to go. They were trying to go to Bates, the tight end.
Yep.
2nd and goal at the 2. Here comes Milne, who is a crafty receiver. More of a slot type guy. Titans with 5 defensive backs in the game. Dylan Cole is back in at linebacker. Wentz. Play fake. Looking, firing. Was it intercepted? No, but it was batted down. Tier Tart had dropped back into coverage and batted it down with 6 seconds to go. It's 3rd and goal at the 2. Do you think about blitzing here?
Sure.
Because if you sack the quarterback, the game's over. Wentz has McKissick in the backfield. McLaurin wide to the left. 3 receivers in a tight bunch to the right. Wentz takes the snap. Looking, throwing, intercepted! Intercepted, David Long! 10, 20, 25, 30, runs into his own man. David Long is taken down at the 46, and the Titans have shut down the Commanders at the 2.
Yes! That is a hell yes!
That was the big play, and it came on the last play, and that's 3 in a row for your Tennessee Titans.
Well, you talk about some grit. This football team, yes.
Good night, everybody. Wow. Titans 21,
yes.
Commanders 17, as Carson Wentz winced. That drive was, I think that was the 18th play. 18 plays, 87 yards, the final 4:46 off the clock. The Titans outgained 385 to 239. Find a way. That's what a good team does. Final score: Tennessee 21, Washington 17, as the Titans come to our nation's capital and get it done again.
Titans football 2022 on Titans Radio. Today's